Hi guys, it's Cheryl from YOGABELLIES, and today I'm going to tell you how to check for diastasis recti during and after pregnancy. Now, you may have heard of diastasis recti. It's a fairly common condition of pregnancy and postpartum, and it affects all of us. It affects the fittest, the most unfit. There is no discrimination. And basically what happens is you've got your right and left halves of your rectus abdominis muscle, and they spread apart at the body's midline, okay? The midline fascia, also known as the linea alba. I'm going to show you a really simple test. Your YOGABELLIES teacher will be able to do this for you, all right? But if you want to try along with me, here we are. We're going to lie flat on our back with our feet flat on the ground, knees bent, okay? And we're just going to take a few breaths here and relax, because do you know what? It's hard. Life is hard. We're going to place one hand behind the head and we're going to place the other hand on the abdomen. All right, guys, can everyone see this okay? We're going to take the fingertips and we're just going to put them across the midline, okay? So if you just find your midline here, just parallel with your waistline, okay? So just say about here, about the level of your belly button, all right? Now, with your abdominal wall nice and relaxed, so take that back down to the mat, just gently press your fingertips into the abdomen, all right? So just move about, become familiar with the area. And I want you to gently roll the upper body off the floor into a gentle crunch, okay? Now make sure that your rib cage is going to move closer to your pelvis. That's what we want to do, okay? And we're going to move these fingertips as we crunch up slightly like this. We're going to move those fingertips back and forward across the midline. So I want you to feel the right and left sides, okay, of the rectus abdominis. So all the way across, guys. I hope you can see this, okay? And this is what we're doing, is we're testing for separation at above and below your belly button. All right, so we're going to test both sides, above the belly button, below the belly button. And then we're going to come down, okay? So it's really important to use a correct form when we're doing this, guys, when we're making an accurate assessment. So make sure that you don't simply, pull your head off the mat. This is a really common mistake. We're doing a very gentle contraction there. To effectively contract those abs, what we do is we need to move the rib cage closer to the pelvis. Okay, so it's that contraction there. Now, if you don't adequately activate the abdominal muscles, we're not going to be able to identify that full diastasis recti, that full splitting, okay? Now, you can work with your certified YOGABELLIES postnatal teacher on this, but if you have more than 2.5 finger widths, you have to see your physio or healthcare practitioner, ladies. Very important. Now, I want you to remember as well, is as your rib cage moves closer to the pelvis and the contraction deepens, the width of the gap at the midline will decrease, okay? Now, as I said, don't panic if you feel a hole in your belly button. It can be quite alarming, especially in the first few weeks postpartum. And everyone's connective tissues at this point at the midline is completely lax. And this is because you've been carrying a baby and you've just given birth. But as you recover, your midline will slowly regain its former density, and that's what you're looking for. You want that elasticity to be restored, and that hole is just going to close right back up again. It's going to become shallower, and if you do the right exercises, the correct yoga practice, not jumping back into a full crazy, push-ups, sit-ups practice, taking it gently, attending proper postnatal classes, you're going to be okay. That's going to heal. Now, there's various signs of abdominal separation, diastasis recti. As I said, if you've got more than a 2.5 finger width gap, then your rectus abdominis is fully contracted, okay? Now, the gap does not shrink as you contract your abdominal wall. This is another sign that you're suffering from diastasis recti, okay? And if you can see a small mound protruding along the length of your midline, this is a common sign of diastasis recti as well, guys, okay? So I've shown you how to look for diastasis recti. I've told you some top signs to look out for. Please, please, please do see your healthcare practitioner, but remember, for long-term restoration, and if it's not too deep, you can be working with and alongside your physio in a YOGABELLIES for mum and baby class to restore this postnatally. I hope this has been helpful. Namaste.